that that would be what would lift him someday. And that was the birth of the inspiration.
He tested for 10 years, the balloons and the weight and just everything.
He invited me to come out. They were in the midst of preparation for him to go up. I wished him luck. He was very calm. He was very in control. He was ready.
On July 2nd, 1982, a man named Larry Walters took off in a lawn chair that was attached to 46 helium balloons.
He wasn't really ready to go at the time. I know that he did go, but one of the tethers broke.
You read me over.
But what, man? I can hear you.
Okay, evidently I lost my glasses.
Ron, cut him down. You gotta come down if you can't see. Cut him down.
I've got my other glasses. I can see perfectly. Don't worry.
Is everything okay?
Everything's A-okay. Notify all the proper authorities, etc.
He intended to go at low level and rather be on a sightseeing tour. That was his childhood dream. It really became out of control when it climbed to 16,000 feet.
I copy. Are you sure you're okay? There's planes up there. We can hear them. Are you okay?
Larry, the lawn chair pilot, was spotted on the radar by controllers when an airline captain alerted them as to the presence of some lawn chairs suspended by balloons.
Approach 322. 322 approach. You're not going to believe this, but there's a man in a lawn chair at 16,000 feet. 322, say again.
He was not strapped in at all. He had no strap. I said, Larry, do you mean to say you're up there and these balloons, you know, are just taking you all over? and you're not strapped in?
Also, it's cold up there. You lose 2 degrees centigrade per 1,000 that you climb.
He was getting cold. His feet especially, he said, were getting cold.
He started to pop out a few of the balloons with his BB pistol and the lower cluster. He noticed that he was starting to descend.
By some miracle, he descended and landed about 3 miles northwest of Long Beach. However, he landed on telephone and electrical lines, and there was a power outage.
You could tell that he was so proud, not, I think, so much as the headlines, but at the fact that he had truly, truly accomplished his personal, lifelong goal.
I'm okay. Everything's fine.
Can you see yet? Are you in clear skies?
I'm in clear blue skies.
I Florida prøvde et par tyver å rive løs en minibankautomat. De mislyktes. Politiet hadde ingen problemer med å finne dem. Nummerskiltet ble liggende igjen sammen med støtfangeren. Et par ranere hadde fått bra uttelling på å rane diverse småbutikker. De tenkte at denne siste jobben ville bli en smal sak. Flaksen tok slutt da de styrtet inn på en salgsmesse uten å lese skiltet over døra. Denne desperate raneren brukte den billigste av alle forkledninger for å skjule sin identitet. Offrene måtte le da masken hans, som var laget av krem på sprayboks, begynte å smelte. Ydmyket forsøkte raneren å flykte, men løp rett i armene på politiet. Peter Lehrer truet eieren av delikatesseforretningen med en gås. Han kom seg unna med $60, og senere ble Peter pågrepet etter å ha truet en fotgjenger med en vaskebjørn.
God often surprises us in the way he answers our prayers. Some time ago, I heard a story about an enterprising vicar whose cat got stuck up a tree.
The cat's up there. We'll have to get him down.
And he thought, I've got to find some way of getting this cat down. I'll go and get something the cat likes.
Got some milk for you. All cats like milk. Come on. Oh, guess we'll have to try something else.
Ah, I know. I'll try some fish.
Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty.
Then he thought, I know what'll get it down.
Kitty, kitty.
And then I thought, I got a bright idea. I'll get some rope, I'll tie it onto the branch, pull the branch down, and then I'll have the cat down. Then when all was set, he climbed into the car, started the engine, and started to move the car away.
Kitty, kitty.
The branch on the tree started to bend. The cat sat there meowing away, and the branch comes lower and lower. And it's almost at the point where he would be able to reach the cat when suddenly, snap! The cat went flying through the air and disappeared out of sight. At that precise moment, in a home nearby, there was a little girl with her mum.
That night, the cat crept into the mountains.
The vicar was distraught. His little kitten had gone flying through the air.
Please, Mother, please, may I have a cat?
Well, I think you'll have to pray for one.
Please.
The cat came flying through the air.
We'll see. He found it humming a tune and admiring itself in a hand mirror. Oh, God, what's that?
It's a little kitten.
It's a kitten.
The cat has stayed with them ever since. The prayer of the little girl was answered, even though it cost the vicar the price of one cat.
Ulriksville i Ohio, et sted hvor man venter og finner ro i sjelen, gjestfrie mennesker og gode naboer som Brett Donahoe.
I have a soft spot in my heart for strays because they need some attention too, and they don't have the means to care for themselves, so I thought I'd just do the right thing. I put the dog in my truck at the end of the shift, and I went out to the grocery store. I left the truck running because it was cold out, and I was only going to be gone for a couple minutes.
Brett ante ingenting om at hans gode gjerning ville bli førstesidestoff i avisene neste dag.
I was training that day with Patrolman Myers. We was on routine patrol.
I was with Jericho Jones. He's somewhat new, was rookie at the time. And as usual, Jericho's looking for trouble.
What's this guy doing?
Just calm down, okay? We'll let you write some tickets this evening.
Oh, look at this truck!
The truck was all over the place, swerving around vehicles and beside vehicles, narrowly missing some cars.
Look, this truck's gonna hit us!
I glanced up as it was going by us, and I seen a figure behind the wheel, but never gave it a second look.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
I was driving erratically till I fell behind it. Then it straightened out. At that time, I noticed that I couldn't see a figure in the truck, so I was concerned that maybe they were on the floor, maybe on the seat. Something's wrong here, Jericho.
Want me Buck, I got a clear shot at the tire. Want me to shoot the tire out?
Don't pull your gun again, Jericho. You know what happened last time.
I know. And the other day, we were outside.
Get on! On the main road! Somebody's gonna get hurt! Main road! Let this guy down! He's so waiting
We'll be behind a blue Ford here. I don't know what I've got. I've got something. You want to send some other units this way?
Jericho Unit 6 and 3005. Unit 5 is in pursuit. Proceed to Elm Street. Vehicle is eastbound.
This guy's out of control.
I thought that we were in pursuit of somebody, so I called in a pursuit and then drove around trying to parallel the vehicle. And eventually I did catch up to it as it was in the cornfield. We didn't get far into the field when my cruiser became bogged down and stopped. And he says, "What do we do now, Officer Myers?" And I said, "I don't know."
What do we do? Jason. Don't pull your gun out.
Police department, stop the truck!
I still hoped or thought there would be someone laying on the floorboard or on the seat, and then Jericho yelled back,
It's a dog! There's a dog in there!
and I said, "Jericho, I seen brake lights. There was somebody in this truck."
There's nobody in the truck!
"Buck, there's no one in this truck." I said, "No, we're going to search it again. There's somebody in this truck."
Check it again.
"I seen brake lights, Jericho. There has to be someone in this truck." So we searched the vehicle, and under the seat, behind the seat, I don't know what I was looking for.
There's nobody in the truck!
Eventually, a gentleman ran up in bib overhauls, flowers in one hand and dog bones in the other. "Is this your truck?"
Yeah.
"You're in big trouble." I told Jericho when I realized that this dog was the only one passenger in his vehicle, I said, "This didn't happen." He said, "Yes, it did." And I said, "No, this didn't happen." "Units, you want to disregard, it was a dog."
Nobody in the truck!
Now I got to explain to my chief why I let a German Shepherd, or a dog rather, outdrive me into a cornfield. "Jericho, this didn't happen. This didn't happen."
I mean, he came from over there. Nobody could have jumped out. He was right behind the truck.
Synes du at du har en hard jobb? Kraftkaren Frank Richard begynte sin karriere som kanonføde. Venner. I tusener av år har nemlig sauene beitet fredfullt langs de grønne åsene i Southern Down i Wales. Men for rundt 90 år siden ble idyllen brutt, og sauene måtte dele plassen med noen andre dyr, nemlig golfspillerne.
The club is 93 years old now. Some people argue the sheep were here before us, so, you know, their rights are greater than ours.
One of the features of the course is the sheep. Used to be a lot more sheep up here at one time than there are now.
It's part of Southern Downs tradition, the sheep on the course.
I've hit the sheep a few times, hit one sheep on the skull, and he just shook his head and carried on.
Well, I was pleased the way I was playing. I'd only been playing golf for just over a year, I suppose. Shot! Well played. Bit over the right, it's okay. Well played, buddy. All I need is a good one on this one. If I can do this, then well, let's see.
Og kampen var jevn. Peter ledet med 4 slag. Det siste hullet ville være avgjørende.
I'm thinking to myself, remain calm, just get that shot away off the tee, and the match is yours. Don't be doing that. I look up, it strikes the sheep, but where's the ball? There's no sign of the ball. Where's the ball? Well, I know it's walking on, look.
The odds are that eventually you will hit that particular spot.
The sheep walks on, and suddenly the ball reappears. I look towards my partner.
Well, I've never ever seen that.
Well, what's the ruling on that now? I'm now wondering, am I going to lose this hole? Am I going to win this hole? All I need is a half, and I've got the match.
I'll pray from where it lies, and we'll see what happens then after. We'll take a ruling.
Well,
Mike thinks it's wrong.
Okay.
All right, then.
I think I'll be proved right. I eventually reach the green, and I get a 5 in the hole. And I've won that hole and won the match.
I doubt very much if he was aiming for the sheep's ass.
28, 29, 30. This is, in fact, that is the exact spot where the ball was dropped out of the sheep.
Avgjørelsen kontroversiell. Skulle Peter ha slått ballen fra stedet der den traff sauen, eller fra stedet der den kom ut av sauen?
Well, it was a hole-in-one. It was a special occasion to me. I keep it at home with the rest of the other medal competitions I've won. It's in a glass on my chiffonier in the lounge. It'll be there for as long as I play golf, and hopefully my family will treasure it forever after that.
På grunn av ett skjebnesvangert slag Peter blitt en lokal helt i Southern Down, og han har sikret seg en plass i golfhistorien. Taipei i Taiwan. Alle fedre synes at familien deres helt spesiell, men familien til Lin Yo-yong magnetisk. Skjeer, mynter, til og med strykejern fester seg til dem, uten at noen vet hvorfor. Bombay i India. Det blitt populært å melde seg inn i en latterklubb. Medlemmene varmer opp med litt småhumring, før det går videre til mer avanserte gapskratt. Østerrike har fått en ny stor kunstner. Nonja får faktisk rundt 20 000 kroner for maleriene sine. Hun en 23 år gammel orangutang, og hun spiser mer maling enn hun bruker. Tokyo i Japan. For å kvitte seg med stress og bekymringer besøker forretningsfolk et antistressrom hvor de kan knuse ting, gjerne mens de skriker navnene på arbeidskollegaer eller ektefeller. Kyrne til Josef Kirschbaumer gir mer melk fordi han jodler til dem. Den oppfinnsomme melkebonden hevder at polkaer gir de beste resultatene. Sønnen Ollie skal videreføre tradisjonen. Mange synes at gode familiebånd det viktigste av alt. Andre mer knyttet til nære venner. Janet Boney, som driver med fjørfeproduksjon i Maine, har 2 slike venner. Hun Martha og høna Valerie.
Valerie was not as much a pet as she was a working member of the farm because she laid eggs. And so I really needed her. I needed everyone that I had. So that's why she was so important. Plus, she was a nice chicken.
Tidlig en kald februarmorgen oppdaget hun at ei høne manglet i flokken.
All the chickens were out cruising around the yard looking for snackies and wormies and whatever, but Valerie wasn't with the group when I called them. I knew something was wrong, so I asked Martha, dog, to help find her.
Where is she, Martha? Go find her.
Og det tok ikke lang tid før hun fant Valerie.
Martha!
When Martha told me she's under there and I first saw her, I thought, she doesn't look very healthy. So she looks pretty dead with those feet up there in the air like that. So we got a rake.
Get the chicken? Oh. Come on, Valerie. Valerie, come on, baby. Oh, poor thing. Oh, Martha, look at our poor chicken.
I didn't see any life, but I thought, well, maybe I'll just have to bury her. And that's what we were preparing to do.
I wonder if you're going to fit into this thing.
There was still a little tissue paper in the boot box, which I was going to use sort of like a shroud, if you will.
Oh, Valerie, that isn't going to work.
But it's like trying to stuff a Thanksgiving turkey into a roasting pan, but the legs wouldn't fit to put the cover on.
Stay right there.
I thought, well, I'll let her thaw for an hour or so. And sure enough, when I came back, that's when I first saw this little throb on her neck.
Are you alive? Oh, Val! Oh, good night!
I thought, by golly, she's alive, and let's go. I rushed and got the hot water bottle going, and a darling little hot water bottle. Actually, it's in the shape of a bunny. I went and sat down in the living room, and I started to try and move her legs a little bit, which will stimulate the lungs and the heart, I think. But we need to go with the pressure on the chest too, I think, and then let's give her CPR.
Ready?
I just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I pried her little beak open and put her head back, and of course her whole neck, everything was still very stiff. And I just breathed hot air at her. I did not feel like a hero. Look, you've got a job to do, and do it. Ask the angels to help you and do it. So I did, and it worked.
Here you go, girl.
Takket være Janets snarrådige redningsdåd Valerie atter tilbake blant vennene sine.
How may I help you?
Yes, I'm over at the bank building, and there's a guy stuck in a chair.
I'm sorry, ma'am. What you say was the problem? A chair?
It's a guy here. He's been at his desk with his legs wrapped around a chair for so long, I guess they cramped up or something. He just can't get out of the chair.
He can't get out of the chair. This is a joke, right?
No, really. We've been pulling at his legs, and he's still stuck in there.
Come on now. Is this a real emergency?
Yes. He's yelling, he's screaming, and every time we pull on him, he just...
All right, I'll dispatch a rescue unit right away.
Av og til kan grensen mellom å være geni eller idiot virke noe uklar. Enkelte har til og med prøvd å finne opp hjulet på nytt. Verden full av oppfinnsomme sjeler. Men hvordan det å bo sammen med en? For eksempel en som Ben Scora fra Chicago.
I wake up in the middle of the night and I get an idea, and it seems that I can't shake it. I have to do it.
With Ben, there's no warning. He just does. The toilet would open and close by itself erratically when the batteries would get low. So sometimes you may be using it and you'd be smashed in it.
I like gadgets. My biggest challenge was the robot.
Eric can vacuum. However, Eric does not do corners too well.
He can be programmed, but sometimes it takes longer to program him than if you picked up the vacuum cleaner and did it yourself. And of course, it costs money to replace the furniture that he pushes around.
Ben put a buzzer on the cabinet for the pantry so that he would know if I went into it late at night. He was trying to help me, he said. There was some tension with all these things because Ben and I are different.
She knew that I had this type of creativity, and she let me do it.
There were times when I would wake up early in the morning to someone that was coming through the house on a tour, so I would just cover my head up with the blankets.
So you push the flower like that, and there's the soap.
I did finally have to leave. I just had enough of it.
Perhaps Ben's ultimate invention is a giant turntable that instantly converts his living room into a nightclub.
I tried, I can't hide, tormented I feel inside.
And a lot of chicks come here, so we could call it a chick magnet.
Someday, destiny waits to take this life from me. So sad, I've been having...
911, what is your emergency?
Help me, I'm caught inside my shirt here. I tried to take it off over my head, you know, but it's stuck. I can't get it off.
A regular shirt, sir?
It's a dress shirt. I put it on. I'm trying to get out of it. I've been doing that for 45 minutes. The neck's too tight. I can't get it off. I'm going to cut it off. I've got some scissors here somewhere.
Sir, please don't do that. Just calm down. Don't do anything with the scissors. A fire and rescue unit will be there in just a few minutes.
Okay. I'll wait here then.
Over hele verden finnes det folk som ikke riktig vet hvordan de skal utnytte maten. I Bunol i Spania kaster 20 000 mennesker hvert år tonnevis av tomater på hverandre. Tomater lager mye søl, men ikke så farlige som tradisjonen med Cooper's Hill i England. Her prøver innbyggerne å fange et ostestykke som blir sluppet utfor en bratt skråning. Og hva vel et par skrubbsår mot et lekkert ostestykke? Folk misbruker mat av ulike årsaker, men visse ting bør nok ikke spises.
Patient lost her cellular phone that she received as a Christmas present. She decided to dial the phone number, and as her dog walked by, she heard the phone ring. She took the dog to the vet, and sure enough, the phone was inside the dog.
I've seen many undigestible objects that patients have ingested. Probably 6 or 7 toothbrushes and also multiple ballpoint pens.
And this patient swallowed a box of screws and staples.
First, we couldn't figure out what it was. Here's a pen, and this is a metallic nail clipper. An electric plug. You can see the two prongs of the plug and the plastic casing. She was so afraid that somebody was going to take her rings that she just swallowed them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 AA batteries.
Hvert år skjer det millioner av arbeidsulykker I USA. Noen kunne ha vært unngått, men ikke denne.
About a year ago, I heard a story about an accident. There was a mason that was working on building a chimney, and at the end of the day, he took some dangerous shortcuts.
Well, he should have used his ladder. That's what he should have done. But the guy didn't look right in the head anyway. If you watch all the aspects of his day, as I did, he's a nightmare. Well, you want to start at the beginning. Look how he set up his scaffold. He didn't have it anchored down. If you're on scaffolding that is moving more than 3 or 4 inches while you're working on it, you know it's not set right.
Sometime during the course of the day, he dropped some tools off the scaffolding.
He was dropping things.
These accidents can come up at any time, and more often than not, they're just brought on by stupidity.
You shouldn't have filled the bucket so much. That barrel was never made to withstand that much weight. He made a lot of mistakes. What I saw was this guy let all the safety measures go by the board. He should have never been walking underneath these things. With the weight above him, the way he had tied off the bucket.
He attempted to lower the bucket. The bucket weighed over 200 pounds, and he only weighed 150 pounds.
La oss se på hva som gikk galt for Bob Dixon.
He should have used common sense. This guy had none of it.
He panicked. Instead of letting go of the rope and letting the bucket crash down, he grabbed onto the rope and flew up into the air. He proceeded to fly all the way up into the air and jammed his hand into the pulley. As if it wasn't bad enough, the bucket fell down and hit the ground, and the bottom fell out. And now, with no weight supporting the bucket, the mason falls down to the ground. The guy made one more colossal mistake before he finished up his day. He lets go of the rope, and you can guess what happened next. Well, the lesson is simple physics. This guy forgot some high school physics.
Politibetjentene Myers og Jones blir fortsatt bjeffet etter på gata, og hun Blue kom tilbake til sin rettmessige eier. Kate Freeland fikk toppkarakter på formingsoppgaven, og alle hårene til Paul har vokst fram igjen. Janet sier at høna Valerie legger flere egg enn noensinne. Larry ikke lenger blant oss, men drømmen hans om å fly udødeliggjort. Og damer, Ben Scora fortsatt ledig. Og de 2 tyske bilistene har endelig latt konene ta over kjøringa.
Der Arzt war doch inkompetent. Wirklich gefahren werden.
Nein, bin going.
Og for alle dere som vil ha et gjensyn med sauen, her kommer det.
Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger og Corbin Bernsen spiller på samme baseball-lag i kveldens komedie Major League her etter reklamen. De ønsker alle å vinne verdensserien og vil gjerne hevne fjorårets forsmedelige nederlag. De 3 nevnte herre tilhører dessverre gamlegutta på laget og anses derfor som et av flere hindre for å nå dette målet. Se Major League 2 her om et par strakser.